we can start the round.
Yeah, I'm very happy with my game. I mean, Pranesh is a very good player. He was in a very good shape in this tournament, so yeah, for sure, I'm very happy with the game. I prepared today just a little bit the Italian, and I was very surprised with the move G5 here because I think it's very thematic, the idea of G5. But when my opponent is on H3, not on H2, so the main difference, for example, here, if I play, for example, H3 here. G5 is more powerful because G4 is more stronger with the pawn on H3. So I was a little bit surprised with his idea of G5. I prepared a little bit. For sure, I expect knight b2 and short castle and a normal Italian for sure. But I check a little bit this position just in case if he wants to play this idea of G5. But it's a little bit unpleasant, but for sure knight a5 is not the move here. I mean, he has to play knight e7, and I remember d4 is good for me, and I don't know here, probably knight g6. Yeah, I think I prepare a little bit this position. Knight g6, d takes e5, and bishop a3. And I think it's better for me, but for sure he has some counterplay and a very risky position, which I think it's his idea. But knight a5, the problem is the knight is so bad in that square. So I think after bishop a2 I have a very good position with the pawn on h2 and the bishop on and the knight on a5. I think with d4 I have a very pleasant position. This position probably it's normal with the knight on e7 or g6, but with the knight on a5 I think it's so different. So he played bishop g4 and d4. I don't mind a pawn. I prefer to open the position. I mean, with my bishop, I think it's very important. So I was a little bit surprised with his idea of e takes d4. I expect something like short castle, for example. I think it's more normal. The position is not good for black, but I think it's playable. But after e takes d4, c d4, bishop d4 and rook b1, I think I have a lot of counterplay because with an open position with my bishops and the king is wrong on e8, I have a very big threat with h3, for example. So yeah, I think it's very unpleasant to play here with black. Knight d7 was his choice. Yeah, bishop e5, I consider just a little bit this move. I think it's interesting. Queen c2, but yeah, it's better for me for sure. Knight d7. Yeah, h3 it's okay. Bishop f3, knight f3, bishop g7. And here, yeah, knight d4 is the best. I consider just a little bit other options. For example, bishop d2. I think it's also very good for me, but I think knight d4 is the more powerful. And I expect more bishop takes d4, yeah, as the computer recommends here. Bishop d4, queen d4, and probably something like f6. It's very unpleasant to play this position with black, even with the pawn up. I have the bishops against the knights. The king is very bad on e8. It's not possible to short castle with black. So I know it's clear, I mean, not winning, but close to winning if I play it very well. So he chose 8x b5. Yeah, knight f5 probably. I consider just a little bit, but I was a little bit afraid of, for example, bishop bishop e5, and then queen f6, something like that. But that's the reason to choose this one first. And now again, I expect bishop d4 check, queen d4, and something like f6, for example. I didn't consider too much gf4 because I thought it's close to winning for me. So bishop f4, and this is the last mistake, knight c6, because loses very quickly against knight e6. Probably the last choice for him probably was bishop d4, queen d4, f6, always the same. And here my idea was to play rook b5, I think. I didn't consider too much queen d5 here, but I think rook b5 is enough. I have the threat of queen d5, queen f7, and also queen d5, queen h5. The threat on b7, I think it's close to winning for me. So and the last trick was knight c6. It's funny because I saw the same trick. I was watching this idea against knight c4, for example, and I was watching knight e6. So when he played knight c6, was very clear. Knight e6 it's a winning on the spot, because it's not possible to move the queen for the bishop and for the pawn on c7. And against f takes c6, queen h5. Against king f8, it's bishop d6 check, king g8, bishop e6 check, king h7, and queen f5 mate. And king e7, bishop g5 is not possible to take because queen f7 is mate. And against knight f6, rook takes f6, and just collapse the position because bishop takes f6, bishop takes, king takes f6, rook f1, and it's made with queen f7 against king e7 or king g7, queen f7 mate. So
So is this your one of the shortest game against any top grandmaster?
Probably, I think so. It's not normal winning a game against such a very good player in 23 moves, so I didn't expect that. I'm very happy. He beats me 6 years ago, I think, when he was 13 or 14. He kills me in an open in Vietnam. I remember very well that game. So I'm very happy for today's games.
Okay, so if I'm correct, this is your back-to-back second win and overall second win in this tournament.
Yes.
So how are you feeling now, just before the final round?
I mean, it was amazing because I made the first 5 games was a draw. I mean, I have very few chances in some games, but the 6th against Ivanchuk, I saw it. I told you yesterday the same. I have very good chances even in the final position, and I agree a draw in a position which I I have to play for sure. And then the last 2 games was a dream for me against Adwani and Pranesh. So I'm very happy because they are very good players, and for sure tomorrow the last round.
So 6 draws and then 2 wins.
6 draws in a row and then 2 wins with black and white. So the tournament was very good for me right now, but for sure I need to play the most important game tomorrow.
Okay, Alan. So I know you need rest also, so you will use this time for your training and rest. So wish you good luck, and we hope to interview tomorrow again.
For sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So friends, we have with us Alan Pichot, and Alan, today you just defeated Ronak Sadhwani, and so can you take us to your game? What happened in your game?
For sure. It was an Italian, very interesting. I mean, I expect a little bit, but he played a lot of different choices, even in move 1. But I expect the Italian, because in these days it's so normal. But I was a little bit surprised with the move b4 in move number 7, because for sure the normal way for white it's knight bd2 or rook e1 and a5, and I played this type of positions. So he surprised me a little bit with this move. It's funny because I played also this move in the last Olympiad with white. I prepared a little bit, so that helped me a lot in this game, because I remember the position just a little bit with black, how to play. So bishop e6, a4 a5, b5 knight e7, This is normal. Rook e1, short castle, and I think the key moment is move number 13, queen b3, because I thought the main line was queen c2, because the difference is it's for example against queen c2, queen d7 I think, queen c2, I thought it's queen d7, and for example bishop f1, this is the same position like the game, but with the queen on c2, not on b3. And the difference is I don't have here bishop takes f3, knight f3, and it takes d4, because the pawn on e4 is defending with the queen. That's the difference. So I think queen b3 is not the good sword for the queen. And I remember queen d7, it's very interesting here, because against h3 I have always bishop takes h3, queen takes, and I think it's very interesting for black. So he thought a lot here and played bishop f1, so I play rook f8, I think it's normal. And yeah, here I think it's very unpleasant with white, because I have the threat of bishop takes f3 and e takes d4, and the pawn on e4 is suffering a lot. So I thought probably one of the best choice for white here is queen c2 again. I mean, it's so sad to play in this way, but in other one I think I have a very good position. So he thinks for a lot of time here and played d takes e5. So I didn't I didn't say the computer here bishop e6 and knight g4. I thought d takes e5, it's very normal here. And he played h3, so probably it's not the best way. And yeah, here I think knight f4 looks so amazing for me. First, I mean, when I analyzed first when he played h3, I thought his idea was to play knight e5, rook e5, and knight c4. I wasn't completely sure in this position. Yeah, but I think bishop takes f2 and rook e4 was my idea, and I think it's amazing for black, this position. So I was happy with my play with knight f4. I was completely sure I'm not winning, but close to probably. So c4, I sack on h3, he takes everything, and he played knight h2, because I have a lot of threats here. I mean, queen g3 check, knight g4, rook e6, even knight h5, knight f4. For example, against bishop a3, I don't completely sure, but I think a knight h5 was very interesting here. I don't know. And yeah, c5, knight f4, yeah. So he played knight h2. I think it's lost, but I think it's lost anyway for sure. Bishop takes f2, king f2, queen h2 check, king f1, rook e6. Probably it's winning with a lot of different choices for me, but I have to choose one. Rook e3, queen h1 check. I have, I mean, 3 pawns for the piece, and also a lot of pieces coming to attack, so it's impossible to defend this position with white. King e2, rook d8, rook d3, rook e d6. Yeah, this is completely winning. Rook d6, queen g2 check, king e1, rook d6, rook a2. I was a little bit scared in this position, because my first idea was to play, for example, knight e4, but here I thought queen f3, probably it's winning for me for sure, but I was not completely sure. Knight f1, and if I play rook f6, bishop e3, for example, or something like that, I think it's completely winning for sure, but I want to play very aggressive until the end game. So rook d6, knight f1, and I think knight g4 is very strong, because I have the threat of queen e4 check, and rook f6 also. And for example, against queen g3, I think it's the main move. Queen e4, rook e2, and queen c4, and I have 5 pawns, and also I threat the bishop and the pawn on a4, so it's completely lost for him. So yeah, he played rook d2 and rook f6, and he resigns, because the idea is, for example, queen d3, rook f3,
Okay.
And against, for example, Queen E2, I have Knight H2,
Ah,
and Queen F1 or Rook F1 mate. So yeah, after the sack on H3, I think it's completely lost for him, and probably Queen B3 was the key moment in the opening.
so Alan, you scored win in 7th round, 2 more rounds to go. How happy and satisfied you are till now with your performance?
I'm very happy with my play overall in the tournament. I drew 6 games in a row, so it's very uncommon for my play in general. I had a very few chances against some players. For example, yesterday against Ivanchuk, I have a very good position, even in the final position against Salem, against Donchenko. But for sure, they are very strong players. So the final score was true. So yeah, today I'm very happy because for sure Raunak is a very strong player. I play a lot against him online and over the board. So yeah, for sure it's a very good victory for me.
How you like to play in Fujairah, this new club and everything?
I'm very happy to be here. I mean, in the country I play a lot, in Dubai, in Sharjah, even in Abu Dhabi a few years ago. But I'm very happy to be here in the first edition. I mean, also the venue is amazing, the hotel, the conditions. So I'm very happy to be here, and for sure I want to come back if the club decides to have the second edition.
A few years back, you switched your federation. Now you're in Spain. So how's life is going on?
Very good. I'm living in Madrid right now, so I'm very happy. I really enjoyed Madrid. I have a lot of good friends. For sure, I always come back to Argentina because I have a lot of friends and family and so on. So right now my life is like in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, and in Madrid, in Spain, and also traveling a lot, playing tournaments. So I'm very happy to with my lifestyle right now.
Okay. So what is your next tournaments?
I will play in Bundesliga probably a few rounds, but then the next one I think it will be in November in the Croatian League. So I don't have tournaments in September in October. So I will play in Croatian League, and probably then the Spanish Championship in December and the World Rapid and Blitz in Qatar.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Ellen, to talking to ChessBase India and organizing team. And we wish you good luck for your upcoming rounds.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.